Top 10 clients for Minecraft Bedrock 1.20. Starting off with the banana client. When you load into this client, you'll immediately notice that the home screen is completely changed, and we do get this really nice yellow and a black color scheme over here. And as you can tell, the entire UI is completely different over here. And we even do get this really cool percentage animation whenever we do load into a world. And when you load into a world, you will notice that we have a built-in clock and compass in the bottom of our screen over here. And towards the top, we actually get these really nice coordinates, and here's how these settings do look like. The settings are completely different over here, and what I really like about it is that we get all of these icons over here that let you know what feature does what, which is honestly really cool and is perfect for any Minecraft player. Next up, we have the fluorine optimizer client. When you load into this client, you will notice that we do get the client logo towards the top of the screen over here, and this is actually a client that will improve your game performance. For example, whenever we actually do use potions, you will notice that there is absolutely no particles or anything like that, or whenever we do break a block, you'll notice that it'll just go away. There will be zero particles at all. Full grass in, and we also do have full grass in this client as well, which is definitely something good to know. Next up, we have the Linsome client. When you do load into this client, you will notice that we get this brand new start screen over here. We actually do have some add-ons that this client recommends you to download, which is really cool, but also we do get this brand new menu towards the bottom of the screen over here, and as you can tell, the entire menu is changed over here. So over here we have the world sections. It is in this beautiful white color scheme, and my personal favorite, the server section, it definitely does look way more nicer in this client. Apart from that, this client definitely does make some small tweaks as well in order to improve your game performance. Next up, we have the NU Better clients. When you load into this client, you will notice that we get this brand new home screen over here, and of course we do have the client logo in the center of the screen. When you load into this client, you will notice that there are so many different features. For example, we have like a little player HUD over here. It does show us our character, and we even do have the compass and clock towards the top of the screen over here. But here is how these settings do look like. As you can tell, the settings are completely different over here, and we have this brand new quick settings feature right over here as well. So these are things that you can actually go ahead and toggle on and off incredibly easy. And what's really cool is that whenever you do hold an item, it's actually going to let you know the ID of that item, which is definitely pretty sick. Next up, we have the ING client. When you load into this client, you will actually be given this brand new home screen over here, and we actually do get this brand new panorama as well of a jungle and a village, which is definitely pretty nice. But when you load into this client, you will notice that there is a bunch of small tweaks that make it way more better. For example, we actually do have shorter swords as well, which is perfect for PvP. And in addition to that, we actually get this really nice texture for the spyglass over here. It's made to look like copper, which I think is pretty cool. And best of all, we don't even get any of like the spyglass outline or anything like that. So it literally is exactly like the Optifine zoom from Minecraft Java Edition. And another interesting feature to note about this client is that they actually do change the doors. For example, the doors have these really nice windows to them over here, which is definitely pretty nice and is something that will make this client stand out among the rest. Next up, we have the Undertale client. When you load into this client, you'll notice that everything is completely changed, and we do get this really nice black panorama, and we do just have the Undertale logo in the center right over here. So keeping things pretty simple. One of the really unique features about this client in particular is that it actually does have these two arrows pointing at your item, like at your hotbar, which definitely does look pretty nice. But for the most part, the main focus of this client is actually to change the UI. As you can tell, the UI looks way more different, and this client is perfect for any Undertale fan. Next up, we have the Minecraft block tweets client. As you can tell, whenever we do load into this client, we have this brand new panorama over here. When you load into this client, you will notice that we actually do have shorter swords, and in addition to that, the gold armor is actually made to be different over here. Part of its helmet is like removed, which definitely does look pretty interesting. And similar to one of the previous clients, we actually do have windows on these doors over here, which definitely does look pretty cool, though not on every single one of them, but still, this is a pretty wonderful client. And another thing is, they made the glass look completely different in this client. As you can tell, it looks really clear, so you could basically see right through it, and you don't have to see any of those annoying lines. Next up, we have the Enhancer Light client. When you load into this client, you will notice that we get the Enhancer Light client logo towards the top of the screen right over here. The leaves are made to be way more brighter, and they definitely do give me a bit of like the older Minecraft vibes as well, which I can definitely appreciate. And in addition to that, this client actually does remove all of the particles, from potions over here, which is definitely pretty nice. This client actually does change the glass over here, so it's made to be way more cleaner, and it only does have an outline. It doesn't have any of those like lines that the glass normally has. Next up, we have the Evoker UI client. When you load into this client, you will notice that the panorama is completely changed over here. Take a look at the UI, guys. It looks really beautiful if you do ask me. So over here we have the world, we have our friends over here, and we have the server menu. When you load into this client, you will notice that we have a lot of changes. For example, towards the top left corner of the screen, we actually do have a built-in clock and a built-in compass. And on top of that, we actually have this really cool armor hut in the bottom over here. And believe it or not, this client actually does have a mod menu. So if you go to the settings over here, then you press on the M button right over here, you will notice that we get this really fantastic looking mod menu over here. And we can toggle so many different things on. We can toggle on a brighter, a armor hut, a recovery compass. So eventually you can get to the point where you can get all of this crazy stuff. We have our inputs over here. We have a nice F1 button that will remove all of our buttons, and we also do have the recovery compass towards the top of our screen as well, and it even does show the world name and the item ID as well. Next up, we have the Project Lights client. When you load into this client, you get this really nice home screen over here, and when you load into this client, things do look pretty normal. But if you actually go ahead and go to the settings, then you press on the button over here that says mods, you will notice that we get this really nice mod menu over here. It's a little bit glitched out, but it still does work, and you guys could even pick your own crosshair from this mod menu right over here. And in the end, you're able to get something that looks like this. So we have so many different features. For starters, we do have a built-in clock and a built-in compass. We also do have like a speed meter over here. It'll keep track of how fast we are going. It also does show us our status, whether we are moving, standing. It also does show the world name over here, and we even do get this really cool like debug menu over here. Remember, boys, all the downloads can be found in the description down below. See you later, French fries.